Hello everyone, this is Anastasia for Amira Salon channel, and today I'm going to do a pick a card reading which with a theme that I called Money Matters. So I'm going to use two decks of cards as usual for pick a card reading. First of all, Gypsy Cards that many of you are quite familiar with. And then I will be using three cards from this deck, and then I will be using this tarot deck, which has quite interesting imagery and kind of related to fairy tales. That's what I particularly like about this deck. And I'm going to pull out one card for each row, and it will be 3 rows of cards with yeah, and it will be kind of complementary card to those to the Gypsy cards. So before I shuffle, while I'm shuffling the cards, please think about topics related to your money situation and how you would like to improve it, or what maybe stands as an obstacle for you to have a more financial prosperity. And so we will be looking into the cards which will help us to understand how to move on with your financial kind of gain or financial status in 2019. Okay, so I'm shuffling and you're thinking about your situation, and you can ask questions, you can think just about any scenarios that you are interested about, and then we will see what the cards tell us about that. So think again about your question and pull pick a card, pick a row of cards that you think you are most connected to, and then we can talk about the cards. Okay, so I think by this time you already picked your row of cards, and I'll begin with this row. So what we have here a dog, a misfortune, or unpleasant situation, disaster, and a widow. If we look at these cards, I'm pretty sure that people who are watching, many of you, you think of your financial situation as a disaster at this point, because the card misfortune or disaster shows that you are not happy with your finances, and you are just thinking how to get out of this situation when you got stuck in some lack of finances or lack of resources, and you feel quite alone in this, because maybe your family members, they do not want to support you, and you feel quite isolated from maybe the joy of the world, because you're thinking you're not happy about whatever financial, you're not happy about the lack of resources, and you badly need that. These two cards also can show that it could be that after some dramatic situation in your life, you spent a lot of money, and then you I hate to say you feel like you're bankrupt, but you do need more resources, and you feel that now you're all by yourself dealing with this very difficult situation. I feel that someone who is watching, maybe they passed through a very dramatic divorce, and as a result of this, there were some legal expenses, and therefore your resources are depleted at this point. But the third card, or actually it was the first, but I really feel that that's the way how it should be interpreted, and you can interpret it in your own way. This card is very positive. It shows that although you might feel very much isolated and alone with your misfortune related to lack of resources, you are always surrounded by support coming from friends, and there is a person. I don't think it's a family member. I think it's just a kind of a friend, or maybe just an acquaintance. But if you ask them for support and help, they will be there for you. It's a very strong indication that you will be helped. So for people who picked up this kind of, I would say, a little bit dramatic set of cards for this spread, don't feel alone in your situation related to lack of resources. You can always rely on support of a very close friend, or a person who can be loyal to you, or maybe a person who is from the past, like some of the colleagues, former colleagues, or whoever you will ask, whoever you will be directed by your intuition to ask for help. Most likely they will help you and your situation will change. Let's pull out a couple of cards from this deck and see if we can have some complementary meaning about this. Yeah, I think mostly for people, I feel that these Gypsy cards, they show, in classic deck of tarot, Rider-Waite, there is a card which is called, I think it's Nine of Swords, when there is this woman standing in the circle of swords, and she's blindfolded and she feels so awfully trapped in her situation. But the meaning of this card is that there is always a way out, so you should not be focusing on the disaster or lack. You have to focus on support, on asking for help, and help will be given. So don't feel that you're there only with your own misfortune related to, oh, look at this, it's a very good card. It shows Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, it's a card of gradually growing your resources, and you can see even it looks like a fir tree to me, like a pyramid, and it begins with one pentacle, and then there will be three, and then it looks like it's growing in like a tree, and then you have a beautiful flower on top. So I really think that in 2009, related to the question of some kind of lack of resources that you may be asking about, you will have this gradual growth of your resources with the help of friends, with the help of people who can give you advice, who can share some resources, who can actually lend you some money, and please be helpful for that, be grateful for that, because they will be very helpful for you to grow your resources. So your finances will grow in 2009. I would say it would be it won't be fast, which is okay. Maybe you will find, sorry, I just have to, yes, sorry, it's so you really have to focus on growth, don't focus on lack, and then find resources and find maybe two jobs, or maybe you can find other, and also Seven of Pentacles is the card of skills, of implementing your skills and applying your skills in growing your bank account. So I think don't be upset with your situation, and focus on growth and help coming from loyal people. Actually, not that bad if we look at it from positive side. Now, for people who picked up the second row of cards, again, when we are talking about money, it's always something like that people are angry. This is the anger card, and falsehood card, falseness. These two cards show that, again, you are not quite happy with what's going on. For some reason, I really see that there will people who picked up this row of cards. They are thinking about some disagreement related to resources and related to money. Maybe it's a family issue when maybe you asked or you relied on your family member, because these cards can show that there are some houses there, and it's kind of domestic kind of landscape here, or imagery on these cards, and it also could be that it could be a situation at workplace when maybe you asked for a raise, and supervisor was not quite happy with your asking, and you feel angry because you feel that you're working harder than whoever else is around you. and you feel that this situation is very unfair. So you're kind of angry about that. You're upset, and here in the first row of cards, we see that this person she feels very lonely, she feels abandoned. But in this situation, you feel angry, you feel more proactive. You have this spirit of a warrior to stand up for justice, and you will be doing that for a raise at your workplace, or when it's about a domestic conflict related to sharing money and contributing to family budget. You will bring up this issue on the table, and you will have some kind of argument about that with your family members. The falseness card can also show that there could be some kind of cheating on behalf of your partners, or at workplace, when either your company is hiding some information. There is something going on behind the scenes, and they can smile at you when they talk to you, but at the same time they can hide something from you related to finances. So they can hold to some information that you can use at your advantage, but they don't show it to you. It could be some kind of legal conflict for people who ask about their finances, and again, it could be divorce when you have to share legal expenses for the procedure. And the warning of these cards is that check all your books, and there could be some kind of cheating going on. It could be also that you are an employer, and there will be people, and we can look at this card, when the employer is kind of angry at the person who is working for them. If you're an employee, if you're a boss in the company, please check all the books and check how people are recording, debit and credit, all those things. And accounting is an issue here, and you have to check if they are not cheating on you. So some money, some resources is some money is kind of I have this vision of the sand, and how the money is kind of falling through the sand, this kind of vision. So there could be lack of resources, not because you are not making enough, but because somebody behind your back, they're trying to use this money and cheat with papers. So there is some kind of cheating and falseness here. But look at this beautiful card. It's one of the best cards in this deck, in Gypsy deck cards. In Gypsy Cards deck, Fortune. Fortune shows that if you are cautious with whatever cheating is going on, or if you can come to terms with a person who is in conflict with you related to money, you can achieve this. This is beautiful. I would say in the beginning of 2019, you will be mostly in this situation when you're angry or you're upset about lack of resources, or rather how they cheat on you related to money matters, to money issues. And then when you fix the problem, you will find this fortune. You will have luck. You will maybe your company, if you're an owner, you will have lots of profit, or you can rely on support from people who are around you, or you can win a lottery, because it's a very beautiful card. It's fortune coming to you in terms of money. And I would say it will be more closer to springtime. I would say maybe March, April. That's how I feel. So let's pull out a card that can complement this reading for you, for people who picked up the second row of cards. So let's see. Knight of Swords. I think this card is exactly resonating with the first card that we picked up here, with anger, because I would say the energy is quite there. You have to become this Knight of Swords who is trying to stand up for their resources, because you will find out that somebody is using your resources without letting you know about that, or you will be losing something because not because you are doing something wrong, but because people are cheating on you in terms of money issues. So you really have to, to stand up for your resources, for your finances. You have to check all your papers, your accounts. You have to predict or prevent any loss related to someone's wrongdoing around you. And as a Knight of Swords, look how he is determined to fight with the wrongdoers, right? And then I'm pretty sure that your company will be protected from losses and you will have prosperity. Very interesting. I think it's very much in tune with what we already talked about. And finally, we have row 3 for people who picked up 3. Okay, so what we see here, again, I don't know, people are asking about finances, and there's always a card that is not very positive to begin with. Again, there is a card that is called Melody, so most likely you think that, or you're afraid that your resources will be depleted, or maybe you feel sick and tired because of some financial issues that you are struggling with. And that would be the beginning of the year, so there will be some lack of resources for you, and you will be kind of feeling most physically sick that it's going on with your life, like why you're struggling with your finances. Or there will be also expenses related to some kind of sickness, maybe not only it relates to you, but maybe family member. So maybe you have to invest some money into your health, which is okay, because investment into your well-being and your health, it's always rewarding. So look at this card from this perspective. It could be also the case, so you have to spend some money on testing maybe, or on going to resort, or going to spa. I don't know, it's all about feeling healthy. Or actually you will be undergoing some surgery and you will need some money to invest into that. But after that, and that will be, I would say, the beginning of the year. But these two cards, they show that you will be back on track. You will be loved. There is a lover card, so very beautiful. You will have merriment, fun times together with your loved ones. So talking about resources and finances, you will replenish all expenses and your losses. I would say costs better than losses, because if you invest your money into your health, or helping your family member to be back on track, it's always rewarding, because you are sharing resources and you're always rewarded. Your generosity is always rewarded. So I think it's a very positive reading for those who will have experienced some expenses in the beginning of the year, and then by spring you will be back on track and you will have everything what you want. There will be people who will be helping you. If you're looking for a new job, you will get a job with a better remuneration, and finally you will have fun times. And I see people traveling using their money, and it's beautiful. So don't forget that we need money to make ourselves happy. It's not that money itself makes us happy, but we need to invest money into something that will make us happy and our loved ones. So it's beautiful. Yeah, Page of Wands is very much in tune with this reading, because it shows that, like, this page kind of he looks like a little bit careless but very joyful, and he is ready for fun times. He is ready for joy. He is ready for sharing his moments of pleasure in this life. So I think it's a very good card, which resonates with these two cards, that after some period of maybe sickness, or maybe investing your money into into situations when you have to fix either your bank accounts or your money issues, or after some period of sickness, and it could have very, very general meaning, as I mentioned, you will have fun times. So it's very good, it's very positive. Okay, so I'm finishing this. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that there is some meaningful advice or warning from cards coming to you, and you can be prepared better for whatever relates to money issues or money matters. And if you want, remember, it's very general reading for so many people who are watching, but if you would like to go into details about your specific situation, you can always book a reading to look into your situation in more details. So I wish you well, and please watch for people who are around you, who are using your resources, and think about strategies how to build up your money, your prosperity, your finances, and share your joy with people who are around you. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.